Who's your daddy?
What's up, my friends? Amateur hour. I totally just muted my mic and forgot to turn myself on. It's like I've never done this before. Amateur hour. I totally. Whoa! Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I got it. That's what it was. I had my stream up in another window, but you know how it goes. Hadn't done this in a while. Got to work out the kinks, all that good stuff. Anyways, what's going on? Oh man, Caffeinated Wolf is already in the house. My brother. How's it going, man? Mr. Andrew, I've not seen you in a hot Chinese New Year. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Here's to you. It's White Claw. The only reason I have White Claw is because it was my daughter's birthday a few weeks back, and there were going to be parents over. And listen, I hate birthday parties. Sometimes even my own kids. But they've gotten a lot more tolerable as they've gotten older, as I've gotten older. And so my philosophy is if you have a birthday party for kids, be sure you have alcohol for the parents. So I bought a lot of beer, and I even bought the White Claws for the moms that were coming. However, moms didn't really show up. So I bought the White Claws for them. Nobody showed up. So I've got these. They're not my favorite. Drinking sparkling water is the equivalent. It tastes like TV static. It tastes like flavored TV static that just happens to have alcohol in it, you know. But anyways, I miss you too, my man. Miss your smooth, suave voice, your beautiful face. I absolutely love you, man. You're one of my besties of all time. But to everybody else, man, I know I have not been on live stream in a few months, and that's just not cool. It's just not cool. I do apologize about that. Life has been crazy this summer. Let me give you some updates as to where old Uncle Jesse has been here. Old Uncle Jesse has been crazy with family life. My oldest daughter turned 14. My youngest daughter turned 9 years old. My oldest daughter is now a freshman in high school and also made the high school dance team. So she is now dancing at football games and doing dance on the side with her dance school. And so life as a dad has been crazy. Also, if any of you guys have seen previous videos and such, you'll notice, or you may notice, that my shelves behind me are a lot more bare than they used to be. There's nothing on these top shelves right here. Why is that? It's because I sold literally half of my collection. I sold it all off. I only made pennies on the dollar. I probably sold about $4,000 of fragrance. And I'd say about 5,000. And I made about $1,500 to $1,800 back, something like that. It was a fraction, 33%, 30%, something like that. But it's okay. And here's why I sold it. Not a lot of people talk about this when it comes to being an influencer. This is an unspoken thing, especially for fragrance influencers. There are 50,000 fragrance companies out there, from Mont Blanc to Paco Rabanne and Versace and Dior and Prada and all of these. And then you've even got niche level houses. There are tons of them, beyond count. And there's a new fragrance that seems like new fragrances are coming out every week, And I'm a guy that works a full-time job, that has a family, and I do this literally as a hobby. I just enjoy doing this. Will I ever do this full-time? More than likely, no. And I'll talk about that in a little bit too. But I've got a family to pay for and stuff. And when you're an influencer, it is very, very. It's a lot of pressure, feeling like you have to buy a new fragrance to be the first one to review it, to stay relevant. And that's literally what you have to do. Like there's a new 1 million that came out from Paco Rabanne, man. I am so sick of Paco Rabanne 1 million lines. Okay, I've only got 2 of them. I got rid of my other Paco Rabanne, and I don't have any inkling to want to try these because they're all generic. And so with a reviewer, with an influencer, you're constantly under pressure to buy that new thing to keep up with being relevant. And when you have to spend your own money on it, that is quite challenging. But the worst part about it for me isn't even the money. It's the fact that a lot of these fragrances, I don't even like all that much. Like there was tons of stuff in here. I tried to spray it on from time to time, but there was just a ton of things that I had that I just would never wear. It just didn't fit me. I didn't like the scent profiles. I didn't like the quality of the fragrances, and it was just overplayed. So it was just a lot of pressure to do that, not overplayed. And it just got to the point where I'm like, listen, I would rather be what I consider to be a proper influencer. An influencer is pretty much just somebody that is sharing their lives, someone that is sharing their lives and their interests in the hopes that their audience will pick up on their hints. If you want to like the things that I like, well, then by all means, listen to what I have to say, and then we'll go for it. So that's kind of where I've been with my collection and everything. And I hope that, what's up, man? Greece. Dude, my bro on the other side of the ocean. Cheers, Takas. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, man. I'll just call you the Chief. I do know how to pronounce Chief. My brother, I'm honored to have you on here. But that's just kind of where I've been with my fragrances and where I've wanted to direct my channel a little bit more. And at the end of the day, I actually just had to come to terms with the fact that I just really enjoy my life. I enjoy my family life. I enjoy my social life. I enjoy the fragrances that I enjoy. And in order for me to be a proper influencer, I just want to tell you about the things that I like. And if you guys, oh, nice. I got it. And if you guys like what it is that I like, well, then there we go. I have influenced you. So I've kept about 3 different types of fragrances, 3 or 4 different types of fragrances. Number 1, I've kept nearly all of my niche fragrances. I got rid of 2, but I got rid of everything. I kept all of my niche fragrances that are right up here. These down here, along with these right here, there we go. Those are all of my designer fragrances. Yep, designer fragrances is number 2. There are 4. Designer fragrances, I kept my Dior. I kept some of my Acqua di Gios. I kept a couple of my Pradas, my YSLs, the ones that I really like, the ones that I think that are worth keeping. You know, my La Nuit de l'Homme from YSL, some of my Pradas, nearly all of my Mont Blancs, I got rid of. The third type I'm keeping is everything that has been sent to me from companies, all of my PR stuff. I thought that would be pretty disingenuous and rude of me. Hold tight for me 1 second while I get up here. There, had to move that mouse around. I thought it'd be pretty disingenuous and rude of me to get rid of fragrances that have been sent to me, for free to review. Companies like that, it's a lot. Sending free fragrances is just the name of the game. And there are a lot of smaller companies out there in a very saturated market. There are just, like I said, millions of fragrances out there. Smaller guys need all the help they can get. And so I respect 100% people that send me things when it's kind of costly, paying for shipping. They're taking a gamble on me. So these things will stay in my collection forever. And then finally, number 4, discontinued fragrances. I'm keeping so many discontinued fragrances. I love them. I absolutely love them. I was just smelling one. The other day that is discontinued. The performance isn't all that, but let me show you this. This is John Varvatos Platinum Edition. This one you cannot find anywhere right now. But this one right here is so freaking good. This has like woody notes along with some cinnamon and licorice. It sounds a little bit weird, but it's a really nice, smooth scent that I fell in love with. I've had this one for a couple of years, and I think it's stellar. I do kind of miss the fact that it isn't available anymore. I haven't even checked to see like if it's on eBay or something like that. I don't know what this bottle right here would go for. I know I got it back about 2 years ago. I found it on a whim and got it for about $60, something like that. It was a great buy. But I've got scents like that. I've got scents like my John Varvatos Dark Rebel. And now my Armani Code Profumo and Absolute, all of those things have been discontinued as well. It's so sad, man, because those were really good. Those were absolutely very, very good. But anyways, moving right along though, I have kind of reformulated my game into reviewing the things that are just meaningful to me. And I am very, very happy to say that I did locate a fragrance store that is about a 45-minute drive from me that carries a lot of discontinued fragrances. I'm going to try to buy a couple in order to do a giveaway, such as this one that I am going to be doing a giveaway very soon. This is Prada L'Homme Intense, my friends. Prada L'Homme Intense. I've got another bottle right here. This is my bottle. God dang. That one gives me chills. This one is a 10 out of 10 fragrance right here, the Prada L'Homme Intense. So this is a fragrance that is based around iris. Now, you guys, I want you to know, manly men, I appreciate manly men for sure. But I'm telling you what, that iris, it's a white floral note. You can absolutely have floral notes and still have a masculine touch to you. And this one, iris, is a white floral scent. So Nemo from, see, I haven't tried that one. I haven't tried that one at all. You're going to have to DM me on Instagram. Let me know a little bit more about it, man. I'd like to look into that one. I'm always up for trying to find new discontinued fragrances. But this one right here, guys, I'm telling you what, is an incredible iris fragrance that also has notes of leather as the base. So Prada L'Homme is kind of soapy with iris and lavender and a couple of those green notes that kind of make you feel like you just washed the bar of soap. This one right here is super deep. It is super nice, borderline romantic even. And it is discontinued. You cannot find this fragrance anymore. You cannot find it anymore. But the Prada L'Homme Intense, I bought a second bottle of it because I did find it. I will be doing a giveaway of this right here on YouTube in the next couple of weeks. Now, I'm going to schedule it because I'm also trying to coordinate with another fragrance. I will be giving away a bottle of this one as well. Dude, the Polo Red Extreme. Dude, Andrew, listen. I love the Polo Red Extreme. I rather say I miss it. But literally as of last night, I got sent a bottle of this. It's called Vanilla X Coffee. It was sent to me yesterday by my great friend Trill Noel from Harmony Perfumes. This one smells like a straight up vanilla latte. It is a very strong coffee, a very strong vanilla, and it stays on your skin for a long time. I sprayed this on at 10 o'clock, and it's still going well. Vanilla X Coffee, man. So coffee is a little bit funky for some people, but it smells just like a Starbucks. I am not lying about that. But it's just fantastic. Vanilla and coffee. That's right. What are your thoughts on the new Creed release? I've been a fan for a while. I've noticed that events has changed drastically. Yes. So, Steve, I haven't actually been to the store yet to try the new. I've got to try the new Creed, and I've got to try the new Parfums de Marly Altair. I've heard that one is simply spectacular. It's got some vanilla, some woody notes, and also some boozy notes in there as well. I'm really excited to try that. But I'm telling you what, dude, Andrew, the vanilla and coffee right here, my man, it is straight up fire. It smells like you could drink it. It literally smells like you could drink it. It is so good. But yeah, I do need to try that other Parfums de Marly. Now, here's the other fragrance that I'm going to be doing a giveaway on. I'm doing a giveaway of 2 fragrances here soon. It is this one. It is from the house of Alexander J. This one is called Oud Vanille, Saphir Oud Vanille. And this one is this is actually a lot more feminine than I was expecting, but it's not a bad type of feminine. It's got some fruity notes on top, including some coconut and praline. That thing kind of annoys me, but it is pretty when it sits on your shelf. And then as it dries down, it's got a little bit of rose in there, but it's also got some vanilla, some musk. It is really, really intense. Very romantic, and it is a straight up gourmand through and through. I'm going to be doing a giveaway of this bottle as well. These guys sent me this fragrance bottle. It's a niche, by the way. It retails for $145 online. I'm coordinating with these guys right now because when we do this giveaway, I'm going to do this giveaway on TikTok, and I'm going to do this giveaway on YouTube. Now, here's the thing. Fragrance, bro, fight night. You are one sexy beast yourself, my friend. I'm sorry that I'm drinking this shit water, but that's all I had. It's so good to see you, my friend. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway of Prada L'Homme Intense on here, and then I'm going to be doing a giveaway of Saphir Oud Vanille on TikTok. The reason for the difference is, number one, this one can be shipped internationally. It comes straight from France. This is 100% French perfumery. Okay, their offices are in Paris. I got to look up where their factory is, but it's right outside of Paris. But these guys shipped it to me straight from Paris. I've been talking to them. They are so freaking good. But this one is going to be able to be available to anybody all over the world. If you're in Greece, if you're in New Zealand, if you're in the United States, Great Britain, Australia, wherever, you can get yourself a bottle. Unfortunately, when I give this one away, it's only going to be available to those in the continental United States because this cannot be transported by airplane because I don't have the licenses for that. I'm not going to pay for them, everything like that. But get ready. Get ready. I'm going to be trying to do a subscriber push and everything, and that's going to be one of the big giveaways. So what is my go-to office scent? Oh, by the way, what drink we got? This is a White Claw. That's it, man. I told them earlier a few weeks ago, my daughter's 14th birthday was here. We had it here at the house, and we had a bunch of people over. I bought a lot of alcoholic drinks for the adults, even White Claws for the ladies. However, very few ladies showed up. Actually, maybe only 2 when we thought there was going to be like 5. Like 3 of them canceled at the same time. So I was stuck with this strawberry flavored TV Static, and I have to drink them now. That's what we got. So a go-to office scent. So really, I enjoy 2 designers that I like to go for office scents, man. Number one is Acqua di Gio Profumo. This one is actually my favorite of the Acqua di Gios. A lot of people prefer the Profundo with the N instead of the M. But this one right here, the incense that is in this one really boosts the maturity of this fragrance. I love this one so much. Now, there has been talks that this one's getting discontinued. It's been talked about for a couple of years, but there are so many on the market. I've seen them in Sephora. I've seen them in Macy's. I've seen them in other, like mall fragrance places and stuff. It's not hard to find. This one is stellar. Also, another Creed Aventus-ish type fragrance, Mont Blanc Explorer. This one is not as sweet as Aventus, and it is a lot more woody with the birch. But this one right here is also what I would consider office safe. You can also go with something like Prada L'Homme. heavy on the lavender, or even Ferragamo F Black, or Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. Both of those are kind of that ambroxan citrus fragrance that's like Dior Sauvage, but it has that burst of lavender in there. And lavender is just an all-around, like, it's a universally almost loved fragrance note. It smooths the fragrance out so much. It adds this really, really nice touch to it that just takes away from a lot of the intensiveness of some other notes. Okay, but it's a really, really good purchase. So you've got the Prada Luna Rosa Carbon, which is more patchouli based instead of ambroxan, and then the Ferragamo F Black, which is like a powdery Dior Sauvage. Okay, but it's really nice, really good, all office safe. If you want to go for something that is more professional, and I see Fragrance Fight Night in here, guys, if you can, go and subscribe to his channel. Anybody that may be watching the stream after the fact, he has a great channel. You guys be sure you go and give him a follow right here, right now, this instant. And I'm telling you what, he also listed Black Walnut Legend. That one from Banana Republic is possibly one of my favorite Creed Aventus type clones. I love it because it's a little bit sweeter. I think it's got pineapple, but it lacks a little bit of the black currant that you get in the Creed Aventus, but it is so good. And yes, also the Dior Homme 2020. That one is a really good type of Bleu de Chanel, but with a little bit of a different twist to it. It's really, really awesome. And of course, Bleu de Chanel, you can never go wrong with that one. That one's like the most universal. It's the most versatile fragrance probably ever created. Day, night, fall, winter, spring, summer. It gets the job done. It's not my favorite myself, but it is a good one. Now, let me give you two that are really good for the office if you want to go something niche. Okay, I'm going to go two of these. Number one, obviously, Parfums de Marly Percival. Percival, this is kind of a different take. I consider this like a niche level Prada L'Homme. You know, it's very shower gelish. It's very shower gelish, but it's also kind of green and slight aquatic notes. It's hard to explain because all of the notes that are in here just add up to this really nice, really easy to wear spring, summertime. Jeff, thanks for going to follow him, man. Pay attention to his stuff. He's got some great content, and he's just a hell of a guy anyway. So you're not going to regret that follow. Parfums de Marly Percival, and you can find this one. Pretty cheap. Hold tight for me 1 second, guys. I just got something popped up over here. Oh, that's forget that. Okay. And then number two, I want you guys to Taylor Swift greater than Disney Star Wars. That is true. I think Taylor Swift, by the way, I think she's probably a damn cult. Like, I've never seen a group of people other than like early Michael Jackson fans in the early 1990s go absolutely ape shit over anybody ever. Taylor Swift, she is like, I mean, I'm pretty certain that like she's going to start a cult sometime soon and everybody will follow her. It will be bigger than Christianity, bigger than Judaism. She'll take over the world, man. I'm just saying. Now, let me tell you about another niche fragrance, guys, that not a lot of people talk about, but I really, really want to point out. It is from the company called 8 and Bob, and this is 8 and Bob Original. This has quickly become one of my top 10 favorite fragrances in my entire collection. And here's a story. Now, this is a story they gave me. This was graciously sent to me by Twisted Lily. If you guys are ever interested in niche fragrances, Twisted Lily is one that I'm an affiliate with. They have some great fragrances, and they sent me this one for free to do as PR. But I'm telling you what, this is a story that came with it. Is that this fragrance is made by, I can't remember the name. I'm not gonna shit on Swift either. She is one awesome lady. I respect the hell out of Taylor Swift. So there was a French perfumer back in the early 1900s, And he was the son of like famous or well-known French aristocrats. But he was obsessed with perfumery, and he would spend hours and hours up in his room and his little place up in his chateau, and he would practice perfumery. Now, at the same time, though, in the early 1930s or 40s sometime, he was out and he met a young American that was touring the country in a convertible. He met this guy. They became kind of good friends, and the American smelled him and was like, what in the hell are you wearing? That smells super, super good. He told him about his perfumes. He's like, can I have some? Well, this guy was famous for not marketing anything, but the guy got back to America and then wrote the French guy a letter saying, listen, I need 8 samples of your fragrances. I need 8 samples of your fragrance and 1 for Bob. That's how the name came around. And that young American's name was John F. Kennedy. Bob refers to Robert F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, his brother. And that is the story behind this. Now, from what I've seen, it's unconfirmed because people have also said that Polo, I can't remember which Polo it was supposed to be John F. Kennedy's signature scent. But it's a cool story. And also they said he was touring France in like the mid 1930s or 40s or something. I'm thinking to myself, wait, wasn't World War II going on around then? That was a pretty volatile place to be. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. This is just a story that came with this fragrance. But all in all, let me get back to where it is. This is an absolutely breathtaking fragrance for those of you guys that want to smell, and Bob, there it is, that want to smell professional, that want to smell sophisticated. Here are some of the fragrance notes that Fragrantica lists. It's cardamom, ginger, lemon, and bergamot on the top. It's got cedar, guaiac wood, hazelnut, and labdanum in the heart notes. And then finally on the bottom, ambergris, vanilla, sandalwood, and patchouli. When you hear like cedar, sandalwood, you've got some chestnut in there, some cardamom, you start to think fall and winter. But this is absolutely not what I would consider a winter fragrance. I consider this more of a spring, fall fragrance, but this one right here is probably the one I would recommend over anything. I know I've been on a rant about about work style fragrances for a little bit now, but that one is definitely the one to go for if I were to yeah. So that may have been Kennedy's go-to fragrance, but and I do have to show you this. Okay, I'm going to show you when you purchase this fragrance. I'm going to show you the presentation. It is such a cool presentation that I absolutely keep a box of this box out. So whenever you purchase this fragrance, you are sent this book right here, and when you open this book up, the fragrance is carved out of the pages. What an awesome presentation for a fragrance. I got this. I was floored. I was absolutely freaking floored. It's carved out of the pages, almost like someone trying to sneak in a prison shank, but in the coolest way. And then it comes in this little sleeve right here. I mean, all around, I would say this is a fragrance that you cannot go wrong with. And Twisted Lily, by the way, Twisted Lily does sell samples of this fragrance. And so if you feel like, $200 and some is a hefty price to pay, which it is for a lot of people, be sure you get yourself a sample of this. The presentation is absolutely stunning. And so I keep this, anytime somebody comes over and asks about my fragrances and all of those things, I always show them this one, and I always show them the book. They are floored. Half of the fun is the book itself. But it is this is effing gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous, man. So anyways, that's what I've got in terms of, working back around. I've been talking about it for 10 minutes. Professional scents. Absolutely professional scents. So yeah, that's what we've got going on right there. Let me show you guys another fragrance that was sent to me by Twisted Lily. I was very surprised with this one. I just made a video about this one if you guys want to go watch it or something. This is called Faces of Francis by Wilhelm Perfumery. It's always, you always know that there's going to be a new fragrance from Twisted Lily because like 20 or 30 different fragrance influencers get their hands on the same bottle, and then you see just a shit ton of reviews drop on it. But this one, guys, this one is another work of art right here. Some of the main notes in here are surprising. Now, it is very unisex, okay? It's incredibly unisex, but not in a bad way. Faces of Francis, there it is. It's not in a bad way type of thing. Let me see if I can present, share screen. Don't show these tips, whatever. Okay. StreamYard's entire screen. Okay. Allow. All right, let me get in here. Oh, my goodness. Faces of Francis. Okay. Can everybody see that? I hope they can. Well, I'm going to go for it anyways. So Faces of Francis, my friends. Check this out. These are according to Fragrantica, and that's going to be something I'm going to talk about here in a second too. We've got top notes of saffron, aldehydes, pistachio. This is a very unique fragrance note right here. Driftwood, juniper, oud, styrax, vetiver, ambergris, cypress oil, or whatever the hell that word is. Dude, that is pretty. So that particular fragrance company, you mean the company as in 8 and Bob? Here, let me see. 8 and Bob. So the fragrance company or the fragrance company 8 and Bob, or you mean Twisted Lily? So there's 8andbob.com that I'm posting in the comments right now. And Twisted Lily, I'm going to bring them up right now. Copy and paste. And be sure, by the way, if you go to twistedlily.com, use my coupon code RAFSense10, 10% discount site-wide. Okay? So try those two for sure, and just read into those. Now, this one right here, guys, it's really hard. It's really hard to kind of pin down based on those notes what the actual scent profile is, because you're like, pistachio, saffron, oud. What the hell are these going to add up to? It's got some aldehydes and driftwood. I mean, come on. Overall, it's slightly spicy. That pistachio kind of stands out in a sweet, almost sweet, nutty almond type of way. But I have really, really come to like this one. My wife really loves it. I've let 3 or 4 of my friends smell this one, and they fell in love with it too. I think that one's about $260, something like that. So let me look on Twisted Lily. Hold on one second. Let me get to Wondershare. Hold on one second here. Let's take a look at Twisted Lily together. All right, let's go right here. 8 and Bob. So here's 8 and Bob, the original that I just shared with you, 150 mils. They only have this one in one size, okay? Now, $240, that's not a bad price for this type of fragrance. However, you do have a discovery set. $34 for a discovery set, man. Let's see. It comes with the original. This is the one that I just showed you right here. I've also read reviews on 8 and Bob, and Egypt is another fantastic fragrance that I've heard lots of good things about. So, so yes, there is a way to come over here, and there are 2 milliliter samples, and that's actually a decent size. So 2 mils will probably get you, if you sprayed it on 4 times, excuse me, if you sprayed it on 4 times, it will, did you guys see that, by the way? I wanted to make sure that that I was able to show it to you. Maybe it didn't. All right, here it is. What I was saying is this is where it is. Original. I hope you guys saw this. I thought I was sharing the screen, and apparently I didn't share it. But the original right here is what I just shown you. And the Egypt is another freaking fantastic one that I hear is amazing. Okay. So that is this is where you can buy it. Twisted Lily, $34. Coupon code REFCents10. It'll get you $3.40 off. So you're really around $30 and some change before taxes. Okay. Now, what was I going to say? With the 2 milliliter samples, this is yo, what's up, fam? So with the 2 milliliter samples, this is what you want to think about. Usually those little small samples, you want to spray twice in each location. Usually these sample things, they spray a very minuscule amount. So you're not going to be looking at like a full fragrance atomizer. So be sure that you spray twice on. Oh, what's up? Gem scent of the day, Givenchy Blue Label. Ooh, I haven't smelled that one in a long time, man. Well, good on you. Good on you on that one. My gem scent as of recent, what did I wear to the gym the other day? I just went straight up Versace Pour Homme. I laid that stuff on, man. I laid that stuff on. I was like 8 sprays in, and I didn't care. But I've been into pickleball recently, so I've been wearing it playing pickleball. I like this guy's face. I'm just a dude, man. I'm just a dude who likes to talk fragrances and bullshit with his friends and apparently drink alcohol while he's streaming. Anyways, what was I saying? Anyways, yep. So those 2 milliliter decants, they're samples. They only spray about half of a regular atomizer spray on there. So if you go about 2 sprays on each side of the neck, that's going to get you like a full spray on each side of the neck from a regular bottle. And a 2 milliliter sample will last you probably a week, 2 weeks, something like that. If you, now there's a story behind it. Okay. Don't judge me on the White Claw. I don't like this. Okay. I was telling them earlier that my daughter's 14th birthday was like 3 weeks ago, and we had planned on having a big shindig over here, and parents were going to come. I have a philosophy that if you bring parents, you have to have alcohol for them, even at a kid's birthday party. And I'm just telling you, man, I hate this stuff. But I thought there were going to be moms here. Okay, this is like mom's drinks. You know what I'm saying? And I bought like 2 12-packs. Okay, 2 12-packs of this shit. And then the moms canceled. I only had 2 moms show up, and they drink my kick-ass sangria that I made. It was actually watermelon lemonade sangria that is just freaking awesome. But anyways, this stuff right here, I famously call this, it's spiked sparkling water. It's got strawberry in it. It basically tastes like TV static. That's all I get whenever I drink sparkling water. It's bullshit. Everybody knows it's bullshit, but it's what I got, and I just wanted to drink. You know what I'm saying? And thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for the sub. I do appreciate it, my bro. Much love to you. And if you got a channel, hit me up. I'll go check yours out as well, and definitely give you a follow back, man. I will definitely give you a follow back. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, 8 and Bob Discovery Set. Yeah, go check that out. That's what I'm saying. And then, I was saying my gym scent was Versace Pour Homme. I'll lay that shit on. Let me tell you guys about another freaking let me tell you guys about another amazing discontinued fragrance that if you ever find it, it's one of my favorite blue fragrances. It is Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. I don't know if you guys ever saw this one, man. This one right here, it's a solid one. I'm not the biggest I'm not the big fan of Blue Chanel. I think it's boring. I think everybody has it. It's not my favorite type of thing. But Bulgari, you are absolutely right. Underrated house. It is one of my favorite ones ever. And let me show you this other one that I got just this past summer. This is another one. I just made a video about this. Here this past week. And this is a fragrance that I bought this summer while I was at the beach from Bulgari. One of my favorite Bulgari fragrances of all time is Bulgari Man in Black. It is so free. It's probably one of the most niche quality fragrances, in my opinion, that you can find in the designer world. Dude, and that's so. Listen, Steve, I've been playing pickleball about 3 days a week. I love it. I freaking love it. It's like big ping pong. And I only started playing a couple months ago, but that's my way of doing cardio. I started going to the gym too, but I hate treadmills. I hate like walking. Like I don't like walking or running without a purpose. The only way you can get me to run somewhere is if you tell me I'm running to a Chinese buffet or something like that. But if I'm playing pickleball or doing something competitively, yeah, that's how we get the leg workout. Bro, I love this dude. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just going to leave that right there for a little bit. I'm just going to let everybody just take it in, absorb it. Everybody's just going to be, breathing in the greatness of this comment right here. But we're talking about how awesome Bulgari is as a house. Let me tell you about this one right here. It is Bulgari Man Terry Essence. So this guy right here, it's not a universally loved one for those for people that have tried this one. It has actually pretty poor reviews, like high 3s, something like that. It's not the worst. I've definitely seen worse, but it's not in the forest. Now, this one right here, Bulgari Man Terry Essence, is incredibly earthy. If you like things kind of like Creed's Green Irish Tweed, Davidoff Cool Water, Banana Republic Greenlee, or Grasslands, something like that, this one may be up your alley. But here's the thing. There are no aquatic notes in this. It smells literally like straight earth. Straight up earth, man. And it is, it's like a very bad boy version of Creed's Green Irish Tweed. No aquatic notes, just dirt. That's what I'm saying. Bourbon guy yourself. Let me tell you guys about this one, man. Hold up 1 second. Let me see if I can snatch this out of the back. If you guys are ever looking for a good bourbon, let me turn you on to this one. That's right, I'm going to leave him perched right there just so you guys get a feel for some of the awesomeness. If you guys ever want to taste something, this is like if Creed Aventus was a bourbon, it would be this one right here. This is called Von Payne Black. This is a black currant infused bourbon standing tall at a smooth 45 horsepower, 750 milliliters, 90 proof, 45 horsepower right here. And the best part is when you pour it, all of the liquid comes out of this dude's mouth. Hold on just a second. Let me, Okay, I didn't Terry Essence. Yeah, okay. It had an A in there. So usually it's Terre is how I'm used to seeing it. See, this one has Terrae. That's what throws me off because I know the way it's usually pronounced, but I don't know, man. I'm just some freaking fool from Florida that grew up in North Carolina. And if anybody knows anything about North Carolina, yeah, we may have been first in flight, but we were 48th in education. So who gives a shit? Anyways, Von Payne Black. This is it. Got my nice Glencairn glass. And boom, right out of the mouth. I usually like to make an old fashioned with this. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go. So we spoke too soon. Terre is not tear. Let's see. That's what I thought too, man. It is that A. Maybe my Hooked on Phonics did work as a kid. Anyways, cheers, my friends. I didn't drink it all. I got to sip that one. That is straight up. It's all right, man. I'm just glad I wanted something today. You know what I'm saying? Glad I wanted something. I didn't even finish this shit. God. That's the best of a bad situation. That's all that is. I'm telling you what, though. This is a really good. Look at the color on that too, man. if Creed Aventus could be an alcohol, it would absolutely be this one right here, man. It's got a tinge of sweetness, but it's a sweetness that hits in the end. Now, if you want something else as fun, this one right here, Howler Head, that is a banana flavored bourbon, and it's not my wife's White Claw. She doesn't even drink, man. I buy all this shit. You ought to see my, this is just kind of my regular stuff. All my real stuff is way over there. I say all my real stuff, like that entire shelf, like down there on the bottom and stuff. And that's my cat, Thor. His full name is Thor Endgame Gasperson because he's really fat, as Thor was in Endgame. But but all of that stuff is where all my mixers are, all of my liqueurs are, all of my glasses. That's where all the magic happens. So cheers, my friends. Here's to you. I'll go and shit. Anyways, if you want something really good, that Howler Head vodka right there, that's a banana flavored bourbon. But dude, 6 months, 3 weeks sober. Much love, my friend. If you're shooting for sobriety, proud of you, man. That's a big thing. That's a big, big thing. But if you can get your hands on any of you other guys on this Howler Head, I never expected old fashions to be. I never expected old fashions to be a summer drink. But if you make an old fashioned with Howler Head bourbon, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to tell you why I'm shut. Let me see. Shut down. Power. Shut down. I'm having to close down my work computer. That's all I'm doing. I know that's very distracting for a live stream, but I was monitoring my work computer while I'm doing this. Anyways, if you just put a little bit of orange bitters in there with some simple syrup, that makes an incredible summer old fashioned that I absolutely love. And then finally, you've got this nice little bottle of Scotch, 18-year. I'll only save that for special occasions because that's like a $150 bottle. But I can only drink Scotch whenever I'm smoking a cigar, you know. I'm telling you what, though. But anyways, like I said, Kev, listen, dude, that's good on you, man, for sobriety. That's hard for people. Actually, I've got to be very, very cautious with my drinking. I come from a family, not immediate family, but in some of my extended family and everything, addiction is kind of a family trait or whatever. And so I've always made myself, made my wife a promise, made myself a promise that the only time I'm drinking is when I'm in a very good mood or when it's a social drink. If I'm upset at something, if I'm angry, if I'm frustrated, sad, depressed, anything like that, I don't touch it. And luckily, I'm just I'm a big hugger. If you guys ever meet me or anything like that, just know that I'm a huge hugging person. You know, so get ready for a lot of affection from old Uncle Jesse. I should drop the guest link. All right, done. There you go. You want to come hang out with old Jesse? Come on in. Just be sure you guys share with your friends. Let them know that I exist, man. I haven't been on YouTube in a very very long time, dude. I'm telling you what, dude. Hugging is underrated. Hugging's underrated. As a matter of fact, hold on just a second. You know, I want some more. There's not enough people in this world that give affection properly. And I think sometimes you never know what anybody's going through. The whole reason I became an influencer is, and I've not been shy about sharing this. All of these fragrances back here, I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of my own dollars because I love fragrances. But I'm telling you what, I would give all of this up just to bring a little joy into somebody else's life, man. I'm telling you, this is just a front to be able to get into other people's lives. I've made a ton of friends, and I tell everybody I always answer DMs. I try my best to answer comments and everything. And I've made so many friends, man. People over in, I've got somebody coming from Great Britain that's going to be visiting me over here in Florida. Come November, I've got some friends that are over in New Zealand that are trying to come and hang out. Get yourself some Boss Hog from Whistle Pig. Ooh, I need to. I had some Whistle Pig the other day. It was very, very nice. Very, very nice. Here's another glass for you, friends. Cheers. By the way, that link that I just dropped, that is the ever loving link to join this chat. And there's Huggable Kev.
Hey man, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, bro. Let me just get a little hype for you. There's
That's racist. That was racist, man. I mean, I know you're from North Carolina, but I expect better than that from you.
Well, let me try. Hold up. Let me try again. Maybe this.
Who's your daddy?
Okay.
Oh, that's better. That's better. Yeah, pick on your own kind, man.
Kev, my bro, it's good to meet you, man. So you found me all through Fragrance Fight Night over there, dropping a link. Is that it?
Yeah, I found it from that old chunk of coal.
Ah, man. Me and him met through through Mr. Smelly. I guess we were in his group for a little while together, and I hadn't been in a lot of his stuff for a little bit, but
yeah, he's a good. I like Mr. Smelly, man. I like picking on him.
He is a freaking fun guy, man.
Yeah.
And I love so RAF, RAF stands for rich as fuck.
Yeah.
And so the whole point of me doing this was just to just kind of be like, you can feel rich without actually being rich. And so just like rich guy hacks, how to bring yourself a little. I love how that guy presents himself. He looks so freaking proper. I love, I'm just coming effing t-shirts all the time and stuff. But
I mean, I don't even have that.
Yeah, you got half of what I do, man.
I was just mowing the yard. I actually put this on for you. I was shirtless.
Oh, you beauty, man. That's what I'm talking about. Covered up those gold chains. Where are you from, by the way?
Hey, I don't like the way you posited that question. Look at those gold chains. Where are you from? Well, you see the dark skin. You see the hair on my chest. You see the gold chains. You're thinking, this guy's probably one of those jihadis. Come on, be honest. That's what you were thinking.
No, that's not what I was thinking at all. I wasn't thinking jihadi at all. I was thinking something totally different. Not jihadi.
You were thinking Al Qaeda. I know, it's much better.
Those are the better guys. Yeah, sure.
We put the fun back in fundamentalism.
Yes.
I'm from Iran, but I live in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, nice. So you're up in Canada.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So I was going to ask you if you were like up in Jersey or New York or something. Actually, my wife is from New York, and she had a lot of my wife. She's just pasty white, but she had a lot of family from Yonkers and everywhere, kind of upstate New York that were kind of the gold chain, just kind of one of those crowds and everything. And I was just like, man, I feel like my people are back in town, man.
Yeah.
But you're up in Canada then.
Yeah, I'm like the only guy with a gold chain here. Everyone else busy playing hockey and living in an igloo. Meanwhile, I'm over here sucking lemons with my 2 gold chains. Actually, only one of them is gold. The other one is gold plated and it wore off. So it's like silver.
Oh, that's all right. I can't tell. It looks real to me.
Yeah.
It looks real to me.
Everybody else.
That's right, man. So here's the question. Are you into fragrances yourself?
Yeah, man. I'm a big frag head.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about where you're at. What are some of your favorite fragrances? What are some go-tos, and where's your collection at? All those things.
Top 5. Okay.
Okay.
Platinum Egoist by Chanel.
Ooh.
Okay. Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb.
The original.
The original. Aqua di Gio. Original.
Fair.
next to Calvin Klein Eternity,
Okay.
the original workhorse, any day, any time, any weather, any
Yep.
occasion. Bleu de Chanel. I know you were throwing shade at Bleu, but Bleu de Chanel. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Allure Homme Sport in there too. I like the basic stuff. I like basics. I don't like anything too daring.
Mm-hmm.
I like fragrances to be masculine, to be approachable, and not too heavy.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fair. And I don't like. So here's the thing with Bleu de Chanel. I don't like it so much for myself, but I respect the hell out of it. Like there's probably never been a more universally liked fragrance out there. Like you've got like a lot of classics on your hands. Even the Calvin Klein, that, you know, some people may call that one dated or whatever it is, but god dang, that one was a workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
That one's almost, I'd call it timeless. And even the Acqua di Gio, what was that, 94, 95? Acqua di Gio?
95. Roberto Morias, still the number one selling fragrance worldwide. But, you know, here's the thing. Like people say like it's played out or overused, but when's the last time you smelled someone wearing Acqua di Gio? Right? Nobody wears it. It's like they sell it, but I don't know who's wearing it because I'm the only guy wearing it. Or, you know what I smell a lot of? I smell a lot of Sauvage, the four of them. I smell the EDT. I smell the Parfum. I smell the Elixir a lot. I smell a lot of Baccarat Rouge. I smell a lot of Tuscan Leather, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't see anybody. I don't smell Acqua di Gio day to day. I don't.
You know what I've always sat back and wondered is, will these fragrances, like the Acqua di Gio, I wonder if that'll turn into a nostalgia thing before too long, kind of like Super Nintendo. Like everybody had a Super Nintendo in like '94.
I feel like we're halfway there.
Yeah,
I feel like people already kind of feel nostalgia with Acqua di Gio because any adult has experience with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we look back like, oh, high school, or you know, they always say. But it is true that almost every girl has dated someone who wore that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like even like girls that I've dated, they're like, oh yeah, my ex wore that, and they're like, but they're like, oh, you smell so good, right? First they say, oh, you smell amazing. What is that? It's Acqua di Gio. Like, oh, my ex wore that, right? But they're like, look, it smells so different on you. I say, yeah, of course it smells different on me because I'm me. I'm the only hairy Persian in Canada.
But here, I will say this: you may call yourself the hairy Persian or whatever. Persians know their fragrances. They absolutely know their fragrances.
Dude, we were wearing fragrances before anybody in FratCom knew what fragrances were, man. It's like I was wearing Calvin Klein Eternity in like the third grade. I was wearing my dad's Drakkar Noir in elementary school.
Bro, listen, people can listen. Anybody that watches this, even after I post this on my videos, you see this fragrance right here, my friends. Don't shit on this. This one right here is a man's fragrance through and through. I'd recommend everybody to have that one.
Yeah, and it still does well too. Like people still enjoy it. Like if you wear it today, if you don't tell them it's Drakkar Noir and some girl smells it on you, she'll like it.
So Kev, I don't know if you've tried this one. Have you ever tried vintage?
Yeah.
Dude, this is like a, I would say an updated version. I wouldn't say an improved version. It's a different kind of updated version of Drakkar. Like this one right here, just because it's got a little tobacco in it too. I smelled this one and I knew, like, I bought this one actually before I bought Drakkar. Now, I had smelled Drakkar as a kid. You know, I was a church kid. But even then, a lot of guys that I knew, a lot of my dad and my dad's friends and stuff, they all had Drakkar. I knew that smell without really knowing what is that smell type deal. And when I first got into fragrances, everybody kind of was on Drakkar Noir, but I couldn't put my hand on it. I couldn't put my finger on it. But when I smelled it, I knew. But I smelled the John Varvatos vintage first, and I was like, that smells eerily familiar.
Really?
When I got Yeah, you should check it out. And then when I smelled their Dakar, I was like, that's it. That's the one. But yeah, that vintage is definitely worth a try, man. It's great. It's absolutely great.
Mm-hmm.
So you listed all of those fragrances. Now, do you get into niche perfumery at all?
Well, I just got a Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Is that considered? I don't know if that's considered.
So Tom Ford, his fragrances are niche quality in my opinion.
Yeah, but he makes more than fragrances, so I guess you can't consider it.
So he's not technically niche, is the thing. Now, for forever, I've just kind of rearranged my shelves once every 6 months or whatever. I've always put Tom Ford in with my niche fragrances. I always keep like a separate shelf for my niche and everything. Tom Ford always goes on my niche. I know he's not technically niche, but he smells damn niche.
And he costs damn niche.
Now, that is something that I do hold against him.
Yeah.
I hold against him a lot and I'll tell you where I got it from. So do you like Oud Wood at all? The Tom Ford Oud Wood?
Dude, I'm almost done the bottle, but damn, let me get. I don't need to get. I'll just tell you. I have it, and I was wearing it since 2015, and I used to love it, but now when I wear it, it just pisses me off. I don't know, something about it irritates me. I have about a third of a bottle left of 100 ml, and it irritates me. But go ahead.
So listen, there is this one from the House of Thameen. It's called.
Oh yeah, I smelled that one. Yeah, I smelled that in Miami.
This one. This is what I call the Oud Wood killer. This one, so the thing that pisses me off about Tom Ford is that I feel like he charges more for his name. Yeah. And it also pisses me off, like when I walk into like Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom or something like that, and I look over the Tom Ford, just the private collection, there's like 80 fragrances, and I'm not really 80, but it seems like 80. They've got this whole thing set up, and there's like 30 different bottles over there. And I haven't heard of 3/4 of them.
Yeah.
You don't hear people talking about it. It almost seems like Tom Ford just closed his eyes, threw darts at different notes, and he's like, all right, we'll make that into a fragrance. And then he's just like, it was a crapshoot.
Either that or he thinks of the names first. He's like, Lost Cherry. Let's make one.
It does. And it's like, there are maybe like 5, 6, 7 of those that are any good.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wouldn't consider like all that groundbreaking, especially when it's like, you get none of my Tom Fords, with the exception of Ombre Leather, is above 30 mils. So I've got like this Tobacco Vanille. It's a 30 ml bottle. It was $165.
A lot. You like that one?
So at first I did.
Yeah.
Now my nose is kind of like your taste buds change over time.
Mature. Yeah.
And I still like it. You can definitely smell, like, the thing I like about it is you can smell the quality of it. Like you may not, there are fragrances that I may not like, but I can smell how quality they are when you spray it. That's one of them. I can already tell whenever I smell that one, it's going to be a 10-hour fragrance.
You have Tuscan Leather?
I do. I've got Tuscan Leather as well. I've got 4 fragrances from Tom Ford. I've got Tuscan Leather. I've got Ombre Leather. Yeah. I've got the Tobacco Vanille, and I've got Costa Azura.
Oh yeah.
And Costa Azura is a take it or leave it for a lot of people. I like it because it's a really good and kind of unique and makes you stand out in the heat. Like, it's really good for warm weather.
I don't mind niche perfumes. I'm not interested in owning any of them, but they're a bit too. Most of the ones I've smelled, like the Frederic Malls and the Serge Lutens and the like that whole house of Kilian. Like, I don't like too many sweet fragrances. It seems like Kilian just makes sweet fragrances.
Yeah,
and they seem, a lot of them would smell better as candles. Like, it's a nice smell. Don't get me wrong; it's a beautiful scent, but it's not what I want to wear.
Yeah,
like I can appreciate a nice armoire, but I don't want to wear it around my neck.
No, that's true. That's absolutely true. And Another, and this is a thing that I've kind of fought myself with on niche fragrances also, is that sometimes niche fragrances try to be so unique that they end up being not so likable.
Yeah, or wearable.
Yeah, and it's kind of upsetting to me. It's like that's the whole point of perfume, is to make yourself smell good and at least pull some compliments. You know, I think each fragrance has to have at least a certain amount of compliment factor.
Well, I feel like the crowd, at least from what I've seen from niche perfumery, they're so far gone from that, from what you just said. They're more like just appreciating the art of a perfume, right? But you got to remember, a perfume was made to make you smell good, right? Like the French started making perfume, and like, you know, like the ancient Arabs or whatever, or Persians, they would put perfume because they wouldn't shower, right? So they put like rose water on themselves so they would smell better. But I feel like a lot of people, they just want to smell it and appreciate it, and you know, it's a hobby.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of fragrances these days, they use a lot of like Middle Eastern notes, like rose and incense and oud. And being a Middle Eastern guy, like, I don't associate those scents as sexy, right? Like incense and oud, this is like what old people's houses smell like, right? Old religious people. So that's the people who burn that stuff in their homes. Like, you don't want to smell like your grandparents' house, right? But I get it. Like in the West, it's a novel thing. It's a new thing. They haven't smelled it before. So they don't have that association in their brain.
Yeah.
So
now, did you grow up in the Middle East and then move to Canada when you were a certain age?
No, I was born and raised here.
You were born in Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever traveled back there, family or anything like that?
Yeah. And let me tell you, everyone who thinks that in Iran, well, first of all, we're not Arabs, we're Persians, but anyone who thinks we're wearing any of the men wear rose over there, you're wrong, man. Nobody's wearing rose, okay? No one's wearing oud, and no one's wearing rose. You know what the guys there wear? They wear Sauvage, they wear Bleu de Chanel, they wear all that shit that we wear, you know? Like they
do.
Like grandparents.
Sure as hell do, man.
Like I hear a lot of people saying like rose. I'm like, that's for girls, man. Like, no man wants to smell like rose. And they're like, oh well, you should know. Like in the Middle East, I'm like, no, dude. I am from the Middle East. No one's wearing that shit. Okay, no man is wearing rose or oud. Maybe the sheiks in Dubai or something, they wear that stuff, but you know, they're not even part of society, man. But the normal people are not wearing oud and rose and incense. They want to smell sexy. They want to get girls just like us, okay? They wear Aqua di Gio. They wear Gillette Cool Wave aftershave.
Cool Wave.
That's a great scent, man.
Yes. No, that's awesome. And I mean, it's a really interesting take how there are a lot of people that do like think of oud, you know, a rose oud and, you know, the kind of, you know, saffron incense type scent profiles, like, that's definitely a Middle Eastern thing. That's definitely a Persian thing. That's kind of, you know, Eurasian type area, you know, probably not real. Yeah. Not real. And any thoughts about Intoxicated by Kilian? I like it. Is it like it or hate it fragrance? So I'm trying to think about it. I hadn't smelled Intoxicated in a long time. Now I've only got one. So the only fragrance I have from Kilian is Black Phantom. And that one's just, it's like you're spraying or smelling a tiramisu. But I believe Intoxicated had a few more floral notes in it than anything. Intoxic. Let me check that out real fast. Well, it's got some coffee notes in it. Cardamom, coffee, nutmeg, and cinnamon. Ugh. To be honest, I can't say that I remember Takas. I can't remember smelling it. I know that I have, but I can't remember what it actually smelled like myself.
Just pretend that you did, man. This guy doesn't know a goddamn thing. Just start saying, give a strong opinion. That's what.
All
people-
right, it's definitely a sweet fragrance. Cinnamon. I will say this: cinnamon is a love it or hate it type of note. I've smelled some cinnamon fragrances. Like one of my favorites. This is the one that actually got me into perfumes. Is Azara Wanted by Night. I love this damn fragrance. It's my favorite Azara fragrance, and it is cinnamon heavy. But I've also smelled some other cinnamons that smell medicinal and kind of smell like boiled carrots and open ass. It's terrible. So it's a hit or miss thing. I would say that it looks like it would be more of a sweeter date night fragrance for sure. But with that cinnamon in there, you're probably going to keep, and even the nutmeg, you're going to keep a little bit of an edgy vibe. Because cinnamon, if it adds the right type of spice to it, and it may be tamed a little bit with nutmeg, I would say that it would be kind of a romantic, edgy fragrance, you know.
Hey, what is nutmeg? You know, like, does anyone ever even know what nutmeg is? Is it a root? Is it a bark? Is it a fruit? What is nutmeg?
So nutmeg is a spice.
Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
I'm not Googling at all. It's kind of in that same family of things like cinnamon. I think it's not a tree bark. I think it is literally like a type of nut. I'm not sure, but I know that whenever the holidays come around, for example, it's used like as a sprinkle on like some lattes and like some hot chocolates.
You know
like
what irks me is when people are like, "Oh, I can really smell the olibanum." Like, what the fuck is olibanum? Bro? Get the hell out of here, dude.
I've been able to train myself to do that with some notes.
But you only know them because you've been told that that's this note in another fragrance. Right?
So let me ask you about this. This is actually something I've thought about going on a rant about, or even trying to change up the way that I do things, is the use of Fragrantica. So I'm assuming you're familiar with Fragrantica, right? So Fragrantica is actually not an official type of website.
Yeah.
It's completely user created.
Yeah.
And the notes on there, when you look up a fragrance, the notes in there are actually not official notes.
Yeah.
Hey, give me one quick second. My daughter's calling me. Hey, babe.
Hi. I have a big favor to ask.
What's that?
I left my towel at home, and it is on my shelf. And as soon as you walk in my room,
Okay.
can you run it up here for me?
How soon?
Soon, because inspection is at 6, and if I don't have it, then I'm not allowed to go.
Okay, I'll have it up there in about 15 minutes, okay?
Okay, can you text me when you get here?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
How old are your kids, man? You got full-grown kids.
So my oldest daughter is 14 years old. She just turned 14 about a month ago. And my youngest daughter is 9 years old.
How old are you?
And I am 39. Going to be 40 in January.
Man, I regret not having kids. I'm 33 and I can't wait to have kids.
And look, so are you married, or do you have a lady in your life?
No, I don't got nothing, man. I gotta hurry up.
You don't have it yet, okay? You don't have it yet. We're playing the optimist here, okay? Glass is definitely half full here, man. But I mean,
man, which fragrance do I use to impregnate a woman? Hey, bro, I gotta go, man. It sounds like you gotta go soon. It was nice meeting you, bro.
Hey, Kev, I'm getting ready to hop off of here in about 10 minutes anyway. So listen, let me ask you. But anyways, let's catch up another time, okay? You and me, and it was a pleasure meeting you, my man. Thank you so much for coming on. And let's do this again sometime, all right?
All right, brother. Peace.
Be good. What a hell of a guy. You know what I'm saying? I've never met him before. Dudes, I love doing this kind of stuff, man. Anyways, yeah, that was my daughter. She's up at she's dancing in a high school football game tonight, and she needs a towel. So I need to run that up to her here in a second. What I was going to say, though, is when it comes to Fragrantica is actually not an official website. So how can you trust the notes on there? How can you actually trust the reviews on a fragrance? Did you ever think about that? And most people Most people, when they review a fragrance, let's say you take Thamine's Carved Oud. Most people, when they review anything, only review things when they have something good to say or something bad to say. If they're indifferent, they don't care. They don't care if they're indifferent. So how can I really trust a review? Because people aren't going to review things unless they have really strong opinions, either good or bad about them. It kind of seems a little skewed, doesn't it? And the notes in there are not the official notes. I've actually seen, because, I've done fragrance reviews for about 2.5 years now. I've actually seen some fragrances that I've reviewed over time that have changed, notes on Fragrantica. Anyways, so I've thought about maybe in future, as I'm doing these reviews, maybe starting to refer back to the website's official page and looking into the notes, on there. What do they say the actual notes are? So think about that next time. Anyways, my friends, thank you for joining me. I'm sorry I have to cut this short. I do have to go and be a dad, which is one of my favorite things in the world. So until next time, much love. Stay in touch with me, and let's make some more videos, make some love with each other. That sounded really weird. Let's show some love to each other.
Hey, sorry I missed your call. I was just calling you back to let you know that I love you and I miss you. I really want you to call me back. And I'm sorry I missed your phone call, and that I know you're done. So when you get this, can you call me back? I love you and I miss you.